you have to give people grace in your life.
Oh, that's
know?
exactly what I was thinking when you said that.
Like, and true grace.
Yes.
And that's when to touch back to what me and my wife went through. Like, I got sober before her. I made a lot of changes. And in a lot of ways, she was self-destructing while I felt like I was trying to better myself.
Right.
And it brought a lot of destruction into our lives. But she went through it and she was making the changes. I thought I was done. The guy that got me to get baptized was actually the one friend, like you and I were talking before we started, who you have in your life and who you take advice from is you need to be very careful.
Yeah.
You know, you need to have the right people in your corner that they're going to like look out for your life in your best interest and not their viewpoint. You know what I mean? Because when your life implodes and family's involved and friends are involved, they care about you. Naturally, they're going to get upset. They're going to view whoever hurt you a certain way. So
but they don't
like,
have ulterior motives. That's what you have to be careful about.
Yeah, for sure. And when my wife was in treatment, I was working out with him and I'm like, he's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm done. I'm moving on. I'm getting her a spot and we're done.
Yeah.
And he was just like, hey bro, like I will support you regardless of your decision, but remember she's making these changes right now and you might miss out on the best version of her. Oh. And I was like, whoa.
Whoa, that's heavy.
Where like, no one's told me that. Like no one has told me to think of that far down the line. And I was like, whoa, you know, her actions made his words valuable because I saw changes. You know, if she was just doing the same thing, it'd be like, okay, whatever. But I saw her making those changes and I gave it another shot, you know? And to this day, I've never, and I like when I said give people grace, like when you forgive, you need to forgive. Right. You know,
I agree with
I'm not saying you need to forget, but you need to forgive.
Right.
Fully.
Yeah.
And
not hold it over their head.
Yeah.
And save it for like a rainy day.
Yeah. And I say that because I'm guilty of that.
Right.
I've thrown shit in people's faces a lot when I said, hey, I forgive you. And then the next time we get in an argument, it's like right back at that one deal. Right. You know, and when me and my wife said we're doing this and we're going to do it right, like we've gotten in fights since then. We're human, we're married.
I mean, you're human, right?
Yeah, I've never brought up that.
Right.
You know, I forgave her 100% and I love her 100%. And I contributed in ways that I didn't know. Like we were saying, perception. Right. You know, I was an instigator. I didn't want to deal with the problems. Yeah. I saw them. I knew there was stuff going on. I didn't want to deal with it. Yeah. I was busy. I was working. I wanted to hit the gym. I wanted to be a dad. Yeah. I knew my wife was struggling more than she was letting out, and I wasn't hammering down as much as I should have. Yeah. You know, but when you get to the other end, it's crazy because when you're going through struggle, and so many people are going through struggle right now, and I talk to people every day that are having a hard time, it's like, you need to accept it, because when you're going through these struggles, that's when you're going to grow the most. Oh, gosh. That's when you're going to find out who you're made of. And honestly, I don't think God throws anything at us that we can't handle. And when you get out on the other side, you go, damn, I am fucking strong. You know, like I look at life now, like bring it on. Yeah. I've gone through way harder stuff. I will go after anything, and I know I'm capable. Yeah. You know, I'm not scared. I'm not saying that I'm not scared of anything. Yeah. But I will go after it as hard as I can, full force, because if life couldn't take me out with what it threw at me before, I mean, dude, you better be ready for a fight. You know what I mean?